Hello, 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 hello. How are we doing? How are we doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining me for. It's 7 o'clock in my neck of the woods. All right. So we're just waiting on. I'm just gonna wait for a few folks to join in, and then we will start. All right, and we will start. All right. So let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to it. Hold on, let me send out some messages to our different communities. And all right, let's uh, let's send out. Okay, we are live. I'm just sending out a message. If you're here on Facebook or Instagram, please do send a message and let me know that you are here. All right. So we're streaming on two platforms today, Instagram and sorry, not Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. Yes, forgive me, Facebook and YouTube. I am just I am in recovery stage post the AU Value Exchange program, which was amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, so we are live and we will be kicking off real good. So if anyone that's there, please do send me a message. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're joining me, whatever platform that you're joining me from. Say hello. Send me a hand wave. Put a comment in your comment section on whatever platform that you're on, YouTube or Facebook, and let me know that you're there. It's amazing, amazing. And some of you are surprised I'm wearing the Arsenal jersey today. Not the recent one, but I've always been an Arsenal fan for many, many years. The highs, the lows. We're not fair weather people. We don't flow with we're doing with trend. No, we don't do all of that. I've been an Arsenal fan even way before Kanu Wanko joined. So it's a culture, all right. And regardless of what the outcome was yesterday, it's a team I'm very proud of. And kudos to the Gunners. We'll be back again next season. All right. So, okay, okay, okay. So do me a favor, share this link right now with your friends. Share this link right now with your friends, with your community, with all the groups that you're in, and we will be kicking off soon. How's everybody doing? It's the last day of the month of May. And what an amazing 5 months of the year it has been thus far. And I truly, 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 I'm just in awe of how far God has brought us. All right, let me look at the comments. I'm seeing the comments. Facebook. All right, got to the new Jonathan. I'm here present. Amazing. So, and you're joining me live from YouTube. Please share the link. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link with everybody. 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 Call your friends, your family. Everybody, tell them it's time to the Connect. So the Connect is a weekly fireside chat, a virtual fireside chat that I hold. This is the fifth year. We've been doing this for 50 years, for 5 years. Started on the 9th of August 2020. And Sunday in, Sunday out, we've been here sharing space, holding for this space, sharing nuggets, wisdom. I've had over 270 something guests that have come through this platform. Some of them were at the Value Exchange program yesterday. Can anybody that was at the Value Exchange program today tell me in one word an amazing based on the kind of from you? How was the um, AU Value Exchange program yesterday? How was it for you? In one word, just tell me how it was for you. All right. So I'm going to be sharing quite a bit today. Just give me about a moment to. I want to share the live stream on Facebook to my different communities, and then I also want to share the live stream on YouTube to um, my different communities as well. So please do indulge me. All right, do indulge me. All right, just a few minutes, and then I'll be with you. Okay, okay, okay. So let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm also gonna let me. I've done the Facebook one. Let me go to YouTube and share that as well. It's great to see everybody here. It's awesome. It's awesome to be here. It's really awesome to be here, and I am absolutely, absolutely delighted. Absolutely delighted to be doing this with you today. All right, so YouTube, I see you. Facebook, I see you. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. So first of all, I want to take a bit of time to just recognize and celebrate everyone who was a part of the AU Value Exchange program yesterday. I think it was just a phenomenal time. I mean, when I think about it, 5.5 hours, 5.5 hours of value, of high impact. It could only be God, and I give all the kudos to God Almighty, and I celebrate each and every one of you. I want to especially, before we go into this episode of Connect, I want to especially thank all the speakers, all my guests that came through yesterday, delivered amazing, amazing value. A massive shout out to Elisha Mammon, a massive shout out to Obi Okeke, a massive shout out to Adeni Alfred Atiba. You guys delivered amazingly. I also want to celebrate all the guests that featured at the pre-event warm-up session that happened on Thursday night. I want to especially recognize and celebrate, and please help me in the comment section as I'm mentioning these names to put your hands together virtually for these people. They have been nothing short of amazing. I want to celebrate John Edem. John spoke so powerfully. I want to celebrate UC George of the Productivity Academy. I want to really, really honor him. I want to celebrate Confidence Umodu who came through and delivered the vibe and the wisdom. I want to celebrate Ezekiel Oluwaseun Kilani, who was so instrumental to it being an amazing result, amazing outcome. Can I also take this moment to just recognize our hosts across the pre-event and the main event? Favor David, thank you so much for coming in your authenticity. David Williams, you did amazingly well. And Rena Archibong, I salute you. I salute you. I also want to take the time to celebrate all the partners that we had. Can't begin to mention them by name, but I mean, the videos have been out there. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for coming into fusion with the vision that we have as regards the AU Value Exchange program. Thank you to everybody that said a word of prayer, that stood by us, that shared ideas by us, that gave us feedback. And thank you to the back end team. My goodness, those guys were phenomenal. Anything that you saw that you liked, they did. I was only the face, they were the engine. I was just the engineer, they were the engine. And you must also recognize the engine, all right? If you were there yesterday, you understand what I'm saying. You must also recognize the engine. So I really do celebrate them. All right, so we've come to the final episode of our May series. Next month, in the month of June, we're going to be talking about adaptive leadership. And over the weeks of June, I'm going to be having a guest, Dr. Edbert Adebe, that will be joining me all the way from the United Kingdom, from London. And he's a leadership expert, a leadership consultant, and someone I've known for many years and immensely proud of, and I look up to. So we'll be having conversations around adapting leadership and stemming into other areas of conversation. You want to clear your schedule every Sunday evening for the Connect. Actually, this is a part. It should be a culture. It should be 7 p.m. on Sunday. You should know that you should be right here, whether on Facebook or on YouTube. Sometimes we also stream live on LinkedIn, but we'll always advise you accordingly whenever that is happening. But today we're wrapping up the final series of the Game of Value series, which has been our series for the month of May, and a lot to talk about that. We started off this episode last Sunday, but all over Nigeria, where I am, there was a massive network disruption. Last Sunday was especially terrible. We couldn't even stream. as well as we wanted to, and we just found ourselves just totally incapacitated in many ways. But here we are. So we're gonna get into it. I know and what we're talking about today is how to be able to scale your value. Now I know that you have value. I know that you're gifted. I know that you have measures of talent and you're able to create value. But for you to be competitive, for you to deliver your assignments, there's something about being enough. There's something about doing enough. You must have enough of something to get the kind of result, and that has to do with traction. So it's not just one thing to have value. It's another thing and another mandatory thing to scale your value. All right. And we're talking about scaling your value in a way that delivers for impact and income. All right. A way that delivers for impact and income. Turning your value into results that multiply. Turning your value into results that multiply. I see a correction that needs to be done somewhere. And so please forgive me. Let me quickly address that. It should be for impact and income. Impact and income, not impact and impact. Yes, double impact, right? But still, it should be for impact and income. And it's actually our fifth episode. All right, we've done all through every Sunday in the month of May. Okay, so we're starting off now. We're starting off now. Have you shared the link yet? Have you shared the link yet? Have you shared the link with your friends, family, enemies, frenemies? Have you shared the link? Right. So we're gonna get to it in a bit. We're getting to it right now. Right now. If you're ready, tell me that you're ready. Go to the comment section and tell me, AU, I am ready. Tell me I am ready. Ready. All right, go ahead and tell me that you are ready. You are ready. Okay, great. All right, so we're scaling value for income and impact. Let's get to it. We have 1 hour to do this. I want to be able to push this across as much as possible. All right. So we started off last Sunday. All right. Said, and I gave a very profound statement. And the statement I made was, look, working hard is great. Working hard satisfies, but working harder is not scaling. Working harder is not scaling. And the truth of the matter is that if your growth depends entirely on your personal effort, all right, and this is similar to what I discussed yesterday when I talked about um, from efforts to architecture, all right. So if your growth depends entirely on your personal effort, your growth will have effort. Anything that requires just you, anything that requires what you are able to do by yourself will put you in a position of limited growth, of stunted growth, and that's not very good. You have to be able to scale. And why is scaling very important? All right, without getting ahead of myself, let me share this with you. Scaling is very important because there is a level at which you can have the right amount of impact, the right amount of results, the right amount of influence, and it's not going to be but in small doses. There has to be a compounded effect. There has to be a multiplied momentum, if you like, that allows you to get the kind of results that you want. In other words, you have to be doing business at a certain level to break a ceiling. You have to be delivering a certain level of quality. So there's quantum and then there's quality. Then you have to deliver a certain level of quantity to be able to make a necessary impact. You have to be able to deliver a certain level of quality to be able to make a certain impact. There is something that comes with a multiplied momentum, and this is why scaling is very, very important. This is why scaling is very, very important. Let me say this. Like I said, the real question is not whether you can create value, because the truth of the matter is that yes, you have the ability to create value. Everything that you do can solve a problem. Something that you do is useful, all right? Yet there's nothing that you're doing that is useless. So I'm talking to people that are already in one way or the other creating value where they are. But if you're going to make impact, if you're going to be significant, if you're going to stand up, if you're going to make the kind of income, let me even bring it to brass tacks. If you're going to make the kind of income you want to make, if you want to have the kind of effect that you want to make, You have to be able to multiply value. And that's important. So the question is, can you multiply value? Creating value helps people. Scaling value multiplies impact. Multiplied impact is what delivers an outcome to you. So when you find yourself in a situation, the reason why I'm taking my time to say this is because many of us are trapped in this. It's just you. You've not been able to leverage on one technology. You've not been able to build systems that enable you to be able to multiply excellence. Hey, and you heard Dr. Triple A talk about that. The ability to multiply excellence, the ability to standardize excellence, one, and two, propagate excellence. In other words, multiply excellence. And so you find that nothing happens unless you do something. And once you're unable to do something, nothing then happens. You have to be physically present. You can only what your singular individualistic attention can go to is only what gets attention. And when that happens, you will tend to burn out because, for instance, right, if you're providing a service, and by the way, let me say this quickly for people that are new to the Connect or new to my space. You are not in the business. Listen, and I want you to write this down. You're not in the business of what you do. You're a tailor, you're an IT person, you're a service provider, you're a consultant, you're a mechanic, you're a real estate person, you're a realtor, you're a developer. It doesn't matter what you do. What you need to understand is that you're in the business of delivering an experience. Somebody write that down. You are in the business of delivering an experience, and you deliver an experience by two things. And you heard that yesterday from Obi Okeke, by what you do and by how you do it. What you do and how you do it. This is the way that I always say it. At the very first level, all right. Can you hear me? Can I be heard? All right. Can I be heard? Um, I want to be sure that I can be heard. So if you can hear me, please do indicate. Okay, okay. All right, great. So I will proceed. I'm having a bit of um. Okay, I just have like a screen blackout. Okay, so time, but we're back now. All right. So as I was saying, and sorry for that disruption. So as I was saying, I was talking about the limits of personal effort. All right. Anything that depends on only you, anything. Listen, anything that depends on only you cannot grow beyond you. You are not enough to change the world. Let me say this. You are not enough to change the world. Anything that cannot that depends on only you cannot grow beyond you. In other words, what then happens in that instance is you will burn out, growth slows, your income will plateau, and there's just so much you can do. I mean, you're running a singular unit. How many customers can you have? How many services can you deliver within a call? I was saying earlier before the slight disruption that we had that please understand and write this down. You are in the business of delivering an experience. The experience that you deliver will be delivered through what you do. The way that I like to say it, all right. So yesterday at the AU Value Exchange program, Obi Okeke was speaking about what you do, but more importantly, how you do it. And she spoke ever so brilliantly to the how advantage. Oh my goodness, you need to celebrate that woman. The how advantage. What I like to say is there's a first level of what you do, there's a second level of how you do it, and there's a third level. When you sync with it, you do it, it delivers who you are. That's when you become a name, a brand worthy of consideration. All right. No. Now, in the same vein, if you understand that you're a business of delivering an experience and that the experience you deliver is through what you do, then you pay attention to how you do it and how you ability to scale what you do. Scaling what you do requires systems, and that system must have structure that is driven by a culture. Note that I have well done in 3 sentences is summarize everything that we said yesterday. The experience that you delivered will be delivered by what you do. What you do will have impact based on how you do it. How you do it, which is part of what delivers the experience, is powered by your ability to scale what you do, inclusive of you scaling, multiplying, exponentially growing what you do. All right. And that will be done by the systems that you put in place. The systems that you put in place are driven by your structures and powered by your culture. Somebody please write that down. Very, very importantly. All right, very, very importantly. Somebody please write that down. So when we talk about the limit of personal effort, you must understand that there has to be a shift. All right. So Obiokeke talked about a shift yesterday. There has to be a shift. Your shift must go from effort to systems. Your shift must go from just your physical presence to processes. In other words, you have to go from hustle to structure. You have to go from hustle to structure. Hear me. With all the MSMEs in Nigeria today and across the world, and it is true that you are the largest percentage of employment in Africa. However, the reason why you are also the smallest in terms of scalability is because there's too much dependence on individualistic efforts. There's too much dependence on your physical presence. Unless you're there, you can't deliver work. There's too much presence on your hustling, focusing on your skill and your talent. You're great, you're good at what you do, but that doesn't deliver a business to you, a business worthy of consideration. So for you to scale, you must move from doing everything yourself to building what works without you. In other words, you must go from limitation to multiplication. All right, you must go from limitations to multiplication. So let me take a bit of time to to address a question that I feel is running in your mind right now. A question that I feel is running in your mind right now. And thank you for your comments. Keep going. Yes, my audio is off, but I'm back right now. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right. So what is scaling? What is scaling? By definition, scaling is increasing impact without necessarily increasing effort at the same ratio or at the same rate. Every time that it takes 100 for you to get 100, you're not scaling. If you add an additional 10 and it gives you an outcome of 1,000, then you're scaling. If you add the 20 and it gives you 2 million, you're scaling. If you put in 2 million and what you get is 2 million, you are not scaling. And scaling itself is if you ask me, scaling itself is representative. Please confirm that you can hear me. All right, let me see in the comment section that you can hear me. Confirm that you can hear me. I want to be sure that the comments I'm seeing are not just old comments but live comments. All right, confirm that you can hear me. Okay, so scaling is really about growing profitability. There must be, you look, the effort you put in cannot deliver the same ratio of returns. Remember the story in the Bible? There was the story about the story of they called it the parable of talents, right? And so there was this guy that had 10, this guy that had 5, this guy that had 1, or whatever the ratio is. But there was the guy that had 1. Our focus. The guys that had the higher number of talent, and it's not about the quantum of talent, it's about what they did with it. They put in effort and then they got outcomes. But that's not my focus in the context of our conversation. My focus is on the guy that had 1, did nothing, put in